time, so that makes me feel good about it. So I don't need to think that way, right? You got to catch yourself sometimes. So with that, I leave you. Episode 25, episode 26 next week, Kevin Finch. After that, I have no fucking guests. I have no recordings, guys. That's it. I'm done. What am I to do? I also got a comment on one of my Instagram posts asking where the Beau Vestal episode is. And here's the answer. I think the file corrupted. I can't hear it, okay? So until I fix that problem and other issues, we will not be hearing that podcast. So I'm very sorry to Beau and New Rivers and Providence, Rhode Island. If I'm able to either find one, because I have switched computers, so it may be in the old one. I gotta check it out. But I'm very far away from the old computer right now, so I don't know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? All right, now I'm ranting. All right, enough of that. You guys have a great week, and remember, you're gonna get knocked down. Just fucking get back up and fucking fight. All right, because this shit ain't over. Right. All right. I forgot which episode this is, but Sucio Talk, we are in the dining room at Rustic Canyon right now, and I'm sitting across from Chef Andy Doubrava. Chef, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome, man. I just had a great meal. It was really... Did you just change the menu for spring stuff?
We changed the menu probably a little bit every day.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that attracts me to you is your creativity. And,
appreciate that.
So a lot of the things that you do on Instagram, it makes me upset because I'm like, why didn't I think of that first? You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. So where do you idealize your menu items? Do you read cookbooks, or are you like Alexander Couillon, sort of just like sitting by the water awaiting ideas?
Dude, I mean, there's definitely cookbooks. Not as much as I used to. A lot of it is kind of sitting there and just like, oh shit,
yeah,
let's try that.
Yeah,
and yeah, just running with it. I try to be really, really spontaneous with the menu.
Yeah. Seems like, because scallop lardo, let's talk about that one. What in the world?
Oh man, I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I get really into using certain techniques. So we found the Activa in the freezer and glued some scallops together and used my lardo recipe, and it worked out. It's not perfect, but But where the idea came from, I don't think I could tell you that.
Yeah, you just like, hey, I got some scallops, I got some Activa, let's do it.
Just went for it, and that's like a lot of things.
Yeah, that's half the battle. Is actually doing it.
Yeah, and the trick is, if it's not great, don't put it on the menu.
Exactly,
just go for it.
Yeah.
Keep working at it, and the scallop thing can definitely be improved upon.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot to learn, when you do put a dish on a menu, sort of before you think it's 100%.
Yeah.
That the vibe of service and the sort of the pressure will, like, people are paying for this shit. It better be.
Oh, yeah.
At some point.
It's also, at this place, too, we always want it to be a neighborhood restaurant, so you have to, like, kind of, if you're going to do some weird shit, even if it's delicious, you have to, like, hide it or word it differently and try to find that home for it. And sell it. Like, it's challenging being an a la carte restaurant, not a tasting menu where 100%. You can kind of, you know what it is.
Yeah, you can hide behind not having a menu. Or this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
It's hard to not feel overwhelmed when you're at a la carte restaurants. Like, what do I order? Do I stay safe? I don't know these ingredients.
Yeah,
I'm just going to order what I know,
And nowadays, it's, the weekends are booked up weeks ahead of time. But during the week, a lot of the times, the bulk of the reservations comes in that same day.
Whoa.
So it's unpredictable.
Okay.
And then it's trying to find out how to use the stuff that's, shit, I bought too much lettuce. What do we do with all this extra stuff?
Exactly.
So,
it's very easy to throw in the trash.
Yeah.
And definitely commendable when you try to, find something cool to do with it. But, here on the podcast, we take it all the way back to when you were a baby. All right. So where were you born?
Massachusetts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What town?
I was born in Framingham. I lived in Upton until I was, I think, 15 years old.
15. Okay, gotcha. What did your parents do?
My mom owned a daycare. Mm-hmm. She's always been involved with that kind of early childhood education. My dad is a more interesting and cryptic story, I think. He was a chemist.
Yeah.
He also went to dental school, but he didn't end up doing that.
Okay.
And now he's a consultant.
What does he consult for?
A lot of different things, from what I've been told.
Huh.
A lot of electronics and
gotcha.
stuff like that. How to make products cheaper and make more money off of them and that kind of thing.
Okay, so, got you. So very business oriented.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Traveled a lot.
Yeah. What were you into growing up?
Ooh, Sega Genesis.
Okay, video games.
Soccer.
Okay, so some sports too.
Yeah, a little bit. My brother was the athlete.
You were a hybrid.
Yeah, I was actually super into drums.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
You were going to be a musician. That was like...
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I took it super seriously. I was in the basement for, 6-8 hours a day.
Okay. Going for it. What kind of music?
I mean, I played in school, so like classical, snare drum kind of thing. I was in the jazz band in high school. But when I got home, I was playing along to like, punk albums, pop punk, whatever. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How would your parents take it when you were like, I'm going to take up drumming?
They were really great, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to have, I was in bands all throughout high school. And, they let us, practice at the house.
It's usually like, we're going to soundproof everything, and then you can do it.
Yeah, it was cool. They were great about it.
What was eating like in your house?
My mom had her kind of basic repertoire. We had a lot of, like, craft and Stofers and stuff like that. But, she can make some other stuff, too.
Yeah.
We used to go out to eat a lot.
Okay.
Maybe not a lot, like once a week.
Yeah. Were you, like, into it, or were you just like, this is just something we do?
No, I mean, I don't think I was super into it.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed going out.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of, like, strong food memories as a kid.
Heard that. For sure.
I remember, I mean, my mom makes a mean lasagna.
Oh, there you go.
And,
that's always important.
Yeah, but no strong, real culinary memories as a kid.
And then when did, when you were in school, obviously you said you were into soccer, video games, things like that.
Yeah.
As you started getting older, what were you sort of like, I'm going to go into this? Were you going into college? Did you have a trade that you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I've always kind of... I enjoy writing. So I went to school for English. I went to a really good college, and I really fucked that up and dropped out, got kicked out, however you want to look at it. I had a really good chance, and I messed that up.
Yeah.
I went to Fordham in New York, in the Bronx.
Okay.
For, concentration in English, and did really well in my English courses, and just didn't go to the other classes.
Got you.
Yeah, so...
Did you work? Well, did you have any jobs at the time?
When I was in college, the first time I was in college, no.
Okay.
But when I was in high school, I always worked at this pizza place. And there was this kind of chain of restaurants. Really good pizza.
Yeah. What was it called?
Michelangelo's.
Hey.
And, there's a bunch of them. Not a bunch. It's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then they opened a fancier Italian sit-down restaurant in the Hamptons. They took me over there, and I was their salad boy over there.
Okay, very cool.
So that was like when I would come home from college. And then after the dropout and all of that, I can't remember if they bought it or they opened it, but it was like a Tex-Mex takeout place.
Yeah. And
I went from being, their go-to salad guy to being a manager of this Tex-Mex place, which I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, pretty overnight, and you're like, what am I doing here?
And this was like the one cook that worked 6-7 days a week in the back smoking cigarettes while he's making burritos.
Yeah.
Like, it was grimy.
Yeah.
But it was also a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've come to realize is most chefs and anybody in the food service industry falls in love with the culture first.
Yeah, definitely.
Rather than the food or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And did you, at that point, are you like interested in it to the point where you're like, I think I can do this for a long time, or you're like, this is just a job. This is just...
I think at that point, I thought I was going to be a famous musician. Like,
okay.
I would, any day that I wasn't working, it was me and these same, 3-4 guys that were in a bunch of different bands together, would, practice and jam and write songs like every day that we possibly could for 8-10 hours at a time. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. I ended up really messing up my shoulder. I can't play drums anymore. So.
Oh, really? How'd you do that?
Sledding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sledding.
Tore my rotator cuff, and it's never really been the same.
Yeah.
So kind of raising my arm up doesn't work too well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Did you go through a lot of physical therapy for that, or?
I went to physical therapy for probably 3-4 months. Nothing crazy, and it went away for years. And now
slowly creeping back.
Once in a while, I'll just get shooting pains down my arm.
Yeah, well, you got to keep up with that physical therapy shit.
Yeah, I'm not very good at taking care of myself.
As other chefs are as well. That's a chef life right there.
Yeah.
Only care about the food and not about yourself.
Yeah.
So where'd you go to college the second time?
Five Towns University. It's out on Long Island.
Okay. For
audio engineering.
Okay.
So decided to go for music. It was also my first apartment on my own.
Okay.
And I did well, and then I honestly don't remember why, but I pretty much just stopped going.
Okay. You're like, fuck this.
And again, just trying to. I think we're going back a little bit, but trying to focus on the band still. And, think we're gonna get a record deal and all that. And
were you close at all?
I think so. We had some good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Meaning like talking to actual record people and like.
Yeah, here and there. We were way more into the writing of the songs than we ever were playing shows.
Heard.
Or at least me.
Yeah.
I think. I'm really kind of socially awkward, so the whole being in front of hundreds of people is not my favorite thing in the world.
What you're trying to do, yeah. What was the name of the band?
We had a bunch of different names. The latest one, I think we called it Fathoms, and it was this it's like math rock, Mars Volta with
math rock.
It was weird, man. It was super weird, but it was so much fun.
Hey, man, whatever. It's all good. My friends had a band in high school, and I wasn't in the band, but I got to name it. I named it Cross Contamination.
Hell yeah.
Because it's like, fuck yeah, we're going to be a punk band. Cross Contamination.
Awesome.
And then, so you stopped going to school. Did you stay in Long Island?
No, I was in the city at that point.
Okay. Like Manhattan?
I lived in Brooklyn at first. I lived in Bushwick.
Okay.
I almost got killed. I got mugged real bad, 5 o'clock in the morning on my way to a brunch shift. And
all right, wait, we got to slow down a second. So you go home the night before, you wake up in the morning going to work, and how far do you get from your house before you get into trouble?
So I lived on Knickerbocker in Bushwick, and I had to walk to, at this point, I can't even remember what train it was, but probably halfway there.
Yeah.
The industrial zone, walking down a